So this is going to be a review video for the Revlon ColorStay 24-hour ColorStay Foundation. I have the combination to oily version. I will talk about it more. For those of you that are quick enough to notice, my fringe is shorter now than it is throughout the video because I had to get my hair cut before I had a chance to record, or I had my fringe cut before I had a chance to record this intro. So yeah, if you're wondering if it's some trickery or, you know, magic or something, that's just what happened. Yeah, I will discuss the product further and I'll show you how it applies and the coverage, etc. So I'm going to cut now to me without any makeup, so be warned, you know, shield your eyes if you need to. So I've already prepped my face with some Prime Time from bareMinerals. It's just a clear silicone based primer. And I'm just going to apply the Revlon ColorStay. So I have the combination to oily version and it's in Ivory. I'm going to do a close-up of my face. You can see I've got some breakout going on here. This is healed and this is healed, but this just came up. I just had my face threaded last night and a wee one there. So I've mostly scars, but the odd active spot. With this you have to give it I like to give it a good shake. And it's got a pour top, so I pour a bit onto the back of my hand. So that much. It's a wee bit runny, so I'm not going to tilt too much, but that much. And I use a flat paddle brush. Now I'm not going to do a close-up of my brushes because they're dirty. I wash my brushes on a Sunday and today is a Saturday. So I just take this and I like to work out from my nose. Now my mirror's just behind me, so if I'm looking at an odd angle, you know what I'm doing. There is a bit of a clay smell off this product, but it's not particularly strong. You know, it's not overpowering. And I find it works particularly well with the bareMinerals primer on my face because I tried it with Benefit's Professional primer and on me it ended up going patchy and looking a bit scaly, etc. It's particularly around my eye area and around my chin where I had spots and things, so didn't work with that primer and I almost stopped using the foundation. I was quite annoyed. I'm just taking a wee bit more and I'm going to add that onto my hand. I prefer to add a little bit and then gradually build it up rather than pouring out too much. So just taking another wee bit, do my forehead. This is actually a really long lasting foundation because if you add it to your hand, like I do on the back of my hand, and if I don't wash my hand before it has dried, that will be there for most of the day unless I really scrub. I also just rub just a bit over my eyelids. So this has just been roughly applied. I then take my buffing brush, and for those of you who haven't discovered Real Techniques, you should. They're great. Real Technique brushes. So you can see that this is blending quite nicely, and I have got some coverage on those red areas. It doesn't look in the video, which is unfortunate, but I will add another wee bit to this once I've buffed it all in. I'm using the viewfinder to buff this in. I don't know how wise that is. Now you can see how well that blends in. I don't see any lines, do you? So that's one thing I like about this, is blendable. It's also buildable. So I'm just adding a wee bit more to the back of my hand. This is also a really good colour match for me, which is impressive, as I have real problems finding a good colour for me. As you see now, it's quite translucent. So I'm focusing on the areas with the, you know, the bad skin areas. And in around my nose. I should note, I did, as I said, I had my lip threaded last night, so if there's redness and it looks a bit blotchy there, it is mostly due to that, but this covers a lot of that anyway. And I do tend to get a bit of red all nose on me, which is annoying, but you know, at least we can cover it a bit. And I'm just going to take a wee bit more around my eye. So I just dabbed that on with the paddle brush, as opposed to swiping it on, you know. I have a wee bit left, so I'm just going to put that back in the bottle. And I use my finger. And then just really gently buff in that area. Really, really light hand. But you do have to make sure that it blends with the rest of it. You don't just want a tagline of much lighter, slightly lighter, you know, so it looks obvious where you're covering. So that's the coverage that you get with this foundation. I think it's pretty good, really. I would not bother with concealer now. I know you can see slight blemishes, but they're not massive. Whenever I apply the rest of my face, I apply my blusher and my eyes and everything else, you know, it'll really draw the attention away anyway. But I think that the coverage is just the coverage is just fantastic. It did take me a while to get to like this. I hated it when I initially got it. As I said, it was going on patchy, etc. However, if I pair it with my, this is, it kind of feels like it's really, really silky. This is a really, really silky consistency and it's lovely on the skin. So it acts as a nice wee barrier. And this, it goes very, very well with this foundation. I'm going to continue to apply the rest of my face and I will come back to you in a few minutes and I'll give you a full-on review. Okay, so I've applied the rest of my face. I'm gonna do a wee bit. Unfortunately, the sun is literally just right there. It's early morning, so, but I've got the rest of my face on. So I used an eye bright pencil from Benefit. I used that just a wee bit there and just a wee bit there, and I warmed it up with my ring fingers and softened it in just to get rid of the blueness around my eyes. This is quite useful. I want to thank Rouge Pout for reminding me of this and its great qualities. I then just topped that off with a bit of YSL, the Touché Eclat highlighter, just to bring it back down to my skin tone, and then I set it all using the bareMinerals mineral veil, and it's the original one and it's got a wee bit of SPF in it, SPF 25 I believe. So that's how I set my foundation. So I've been using this for a few weeks and it hasn't massively broke me out. I have got it, it's the combination to oily skin version, and it's yeah, there's definitely a smell of clay of it. I'm guessing that's to help it absorb some of the oil and things. It says it lasts for 24 hours. I have no idea. I don't wear my makeup that long and I'm not going to. For a flawless, flawless look and lightweight feel. It does feel very lightweight. It doesn't feel heavy on my skin. It doesn't feel like it cakes on my skin. It applies, as you've seen, really quite well, and it blends in fantastically well. You cannot see any lines, and where I've applied extra over the spotty area, there was no line, as you've seen. So it's very buildable, very blendable, and it is lightweight. The longevity of it, I do notice towards the end of my working day, so you're talking sort of 4 or 5 o'clock, and I'm not sure if it's, I think it's specific to me, I'm not sure if other people have this issue, but around my eye area, just here and here, I have kind of, the skin feels almost silky smooth, like incredibly smooth, just there and just there. I used to wear glasses for years, so I'm not sure if the eye pads from my glasses have done something to the skin there, but I always find, no matter what foundation I have, it always breaks apart slightly in this area. So I do have to tidy it up with a wee bit of concealer and just a wee bit of powder just to set it a wee bit more. but I have that with pretty much every foundation. This foundation does contain SPF 6, which isn't particularly much, but I'm guessing in photography wise that means there will be a bit of flashback, so you will, you know, it will make your skin look a wee bit whiter, etc. in photographs. I'm not popped all the time, so I have no idea. Yes, I really enjoy this foundation. It is on the slightly higher end of cost when it comes to drugstore foundations. It was approximately £12, maybe £13 whenever I purchased it. But I had heard so much about it that I thought it might be what I was looking for, and I used my Boots points, so I didn't really feel particularly guilty about buying it. But if you have combination to oily skin, my forehead will get very shiny, my nose will get very shiny, and just this general area also I get quite shiny throughout the day. So this has been really great. I don't get as shiny, I do get a bit of shine, but nothing that a bit of. I have a compact version of the Mineral Veil, and I just use the wee sponge and just roll it over, and it just gets rid of it all again, so it's fine. It's not a massive amount. It doesn't break the foundation up as such, it still stays intact. It's only these areas that my foundation breaks. What else? I think that's everything. So great coverage, blendable, buildable, good wear, and for a person that tends to touch their face a lot throughout the day because I'm thinking of something, or it's just bad habit really, it lasts very well, doesn't break me out, and is quite reasonably priced for what it is. You get 1 fluid ounce or 30ml for your buck, so it's not too bad. It is slightly expensive, as I said, but it is a good product, and I think it is worth the money. I would prefer this, for example, over my YSL foundation or my Chanel foundation, so that's saying something. But yes, so that's everything. If you want to, I'll list below what else I've got on my face. I'm about to do a favourites video, and I'm mentioning some of the products anyway, so also please note I'm going to record quite a few videos today, so if you see lots of videos where I'm wearing the same makeup and the same clothes over the next 2 weeks, you know what's happened. I'm going away next weekend, and my parents are here this weekend, so I have just this morning to get them all done. Yeah, that's everything. So please like if you like, please subscribe if you like. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.